Hello everybody and welcome back to the Lokalfeed show. Today, we'll sit down with Forest Child's founder, Addynna Azlinor, one of the very few women crafters in Singapore. She was raised in St. John's Island. In case some of you don't know, it's also part of Singapore. She grew up as a tough nature lover. She is not only a crafter, but she's also a very talented singer. If you sat down and had a chat with her, she's full of spirit and she has her very own kind of tenacity. So as a maker, as a crafter, she believes every unique imperfections deserves to be celebrated, and you could tell how passionate she is about the work that she does. On this episode, we talk about her journey as a maker or crafter in Singapore, what drives her to continue with her craft as an independent artisan, how important it is to have your life balance when it comes to running a business. You know, it's important to have a clear state of mind. So before we get to it, if you want to support us, there are a few ways you can do so. Share an episode with your friends, subscribe to Spotify, iTunes and YouTube, leave a comment, give it the thumbs up. We would also like to give a shout out to our listeners who's been tuning in to our podcast on the platforms Spotify, iTunes, and also watching our YouTube channel. We appreciate you. So, without further ado, remember, be bold and stay inspired. Here is Addynna Azlinor. Hello, Addynna. Thank you for coming in to have a chat with us. If you could tell us a bit about what you do, and who are you, who you are.
Who am I?
Yes. Who are you is the ultimate question. Yes.
Okay, I'm Dina. I'm a leather crafter in Forest Child.
Mm-hmm. So you're a leather crafter.
Yep.
Okay. Why did you choose to go into this to do leather or be a crafter?
It all started from a hobby lah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess like for most makers in Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I love leather, of course, even before I started crafting it.
Okay.
So why are you smiling?
I know because then I don't know why the image of a cow just pops out my head. Okay, but okay, moving on.
We'll get there later.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So yeah, I love DIY at the same time. DIY things even before leather itself. You know, from papers and other upcycle materials. So yeah, I chanced upon someone who was a veteran leather crafter, I would say, a pioneer lah.
Okay.
In Singapore leather crafting scene then, and yeah, I got him to show me a few steps, like the basic to start crafting, and then yeah, I took off from there.
Okay. How long ago was this?
This was 6 years. 6 years ago.
Okay. 6 years ago.
So
before you became a crafter, before you picked up from this legendary guy that kind of passed on his skill to you, what were you doing, or what were you more focused on at that point of time?
No focus.
Really? No
Basically,
focus?
I was in my early 20s.
Okay.
So I was still trying to explore. Well, I was back then when actually during those times when I actually met him, I was working in a cafe. Okay. It's actually around Kandahar Street called Viking Coffee.
Okay.
So that was where I met him through a mutual friend.
Okay.
Yeah. He's already passed on actually. So yeah. So back then I didn't know what to do just yet. So I was working odd jobs here and there, cafes, doing props. Yeah, just no focus.
Okay. So, but this leather making kind of got you into focus, right? Because you've been in it for 6 years, and I believe it's not an easy journey.
Yeah.
So, if you can walk through with us your processes in that sense, that how did it even begin?
Right.
And then because makers, you make. I mean, I know what. I mean, I follow what you do, right? But maybe most of them don't. Not some of them don't know yet.
Right.
You will eventually tell that story, but you have your struggles. I mean, tell us from the beginning. As in, how do you get it started?
Wow. It's a very long story.
It's okay. It's your story to tell.
So, yeah, from where my late mentor taught me, right? I took off from there, and I started making small accessories first because, yeah, you know, just like making bracelets, necklace, and everything from scraps of leather. And went to my first art market, actually. That was Forest Shell's first booth, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called the Sunday Art Market or Sunday Artist Market, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
So we received good response, yeah, to my surprise.
Okay. Why do you say to your surprise?
Because I didn't think people would like my creations in
Okay.
the first place. Because basically what I made was just things that I need.
Okay.
I didn't know people would need those, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Or they would actually like my taste or whatever that I created or my style. So from there, yeah, and then I got back then with my then business partner. Yeah. So she decided to join to jump in the bandwagon with me.
Okay.
So from then we started to build the brand. We moved from places to places. Yeah, over the period of 6 years, I'd say we have already moved about 5 times.
Okay.
Yeah. So from there, yeah, it just started. The struggles. Where do I start? Where do I even start with the struggles?
Okay. I mean, maybe I can help you a bit. I mean, because like you said, right? I mean, makers, you custom make stuff. Do you custom make, or you just, like you said, you create something that you think that you will need, right? So how do you?
That was then,
yeah, that was then, correct. But now it's mostly custom made stuff, or you still creating things that you think or what people are looking for.
Okay. The base of Forest Child has always been custom services.
Okay.
That has always been, yeah. I would say 60% of our customers are all they were all looking for custom-made goods lah. So that's why they come to us. But for now, I guess I'm trying to move it, trying to stay towards the other direction, because I do want to create and Forest Child's own design and put it out there in the market. And yeah, because it can be quite stressful doing custom.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just like to show more of what Forest Child actually has.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about that, but I'm just gonna ask you. So okay, I'm trying to go back to when you first began, right? When you said that you it started out as custom-made stuff, right? So when what do you learn? I mean, that means your learning curve must be so steep, because then you got to learn, for example, if someone wants you to make a bag or something else. So because you're so in the beginning, it's just simple basic. You learn the simple basic stitches and stuff like that. So how did you progress from that? So was it a trial and error if someone were to ask you to custom make something, or what was the process for that?
Of course, when I first started, I wouldn't dare to take any bags orders and things like that lah. But I did just kind of just jump in and try to make a satchel after about a month after learning how to punch holes on the leather and stitch.
Okay.
That's all. I didn't know anything about pattern making or whatnot.
Okay.
So yeah, and then I created that first satchel. Then I thought, well, it didn't look as good as I want it to be, but it's usable.
Okay.
And that it turned out the way that the design wise, it could stand. It's a bag.
It's functional.
It's functional,
right?
yes. I can carry it. It looks like a bag.
Okay.
You know. So, and then from then, actually, I got friends. Thanks to them, who actually just trust me. You know, all these designs and whatever that they want to make, whatever they have in mind at that point of time. So, yeah. I guess thanks to them. If it wasn't for them to push me, I think I would still be feeling, maybe my skill's not good enough to actually produce for people. It's just for me and myself.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So 6 years have passed. Do you think you've progressed from that? I mean, right now 6 years ago, you're an entrepreneur. I mean, entrepreneurs is all about the learning process, right? As you go along, and from what you've mentioned, you actually have to trial and error, right? Because eventually, if you don't get something done, then probably you wouldn't know what to do for the next phase, right?
Yeah.
What is your first you started with bracelets, right? Then you made satchels. Then
somewhat, yeah.
Yeah. Then what was the progress after that? Like, what challenges you took on?
I guess along the way, back then, the scene wasn't so big.
Okay.
You know, like the community of leather crafters. It's that small. So we didn't know where to get leather, where to get raw materials, where to get parts, where to actually get someone to teach you. There weren't any workshops available, not like right now, you know. So that was a struggle then, and we do know of some leather crafters already back then, but some people were still pretty not so open about sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's business after all, right? So yeah, so we got to learn from there, but it was a struggle because we literally had to Google, went all the way to KL to find suppliers, and yeah, it was literally going places, you know, just to find the right suppliers and the right how would I supposed to put this? The right suppliers and the right people to guide you somewhat. Yeah. Besides watching videos, because videos can only tell you so much.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you still have to try, and from those mistakes, you actually learn.
Okay.
So that's how it's been.
Okay. Would you say that you are part of the pioneer of leather crafters?
Part of pioneer.
Because you mentioned that back then, I mean, it's only a handful, right?
Yeah.
And I agree. I mean, back then, it's very hard to find. So would you say that you're, one of the pioneers? Because, yeah.
I don't know. It's a big word to use.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we were probably one of the earlier ones in Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned now. Okay. So you mentioned now there are more people that are picking up making leather.
Yeah.
Right. There are more leather crafters, right? So why do you think that picked up?
Why?
As in because they're now. Yeah.
I guess because of the exposure, because of social media.
Okay.
That's one.
Okay.
Because last time I think there weren't even Instagram when I was doing it, you know. So now with all this social media, exposure and everything, and people creating awareness about handmade goods and learning how to craft, learning how to do pottery, learning how to paint. All these workshops just started to, so I guess that's where people just,
Okay. Do you think is relevant these days? Handmade stuff, like you can make everything from scratch. You think is relevant?
It is relevant. I mean, why wouldn't it be relevant, right? Especially when you're trying to, I mean, it's a skill, especially for Singaporeans. You know, we were not brought up with. I mean, most of us, I would say, basically, we do not have art is not our primary subject. Correct. So I guess it's good to inculcate this to Singaporeans.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is on the consumer. Okay. How about a business point of view? As in, because you are the maker of all the products in Forest Child, right? So does it become very hard for you? Because, right now everything is just mass produced and it's cheaper in that sense, right? So when does that become your competition in that sense? If someone can make slightly similar quality to you and it's at a cheaper price, would that be your main concern or your main competition? What do you think about that?
How do I put this? That is actually one of the biggest challenge. One of the biggest challenges that we have to face, that we are actually facing. Yeah, but I would say it boils down to giving what the client wants at the end of the day. If the client knows Forest Child, they know our style of work, and the quality of our goods, the uniqueness of our design, and everything else, they will still come to us.
Okay.
For mass produce, yes, we are still doing mass produced items as well. But now it's easier because there are places where they do cutting services. Yeah, that has helped us a lot. So we don't actually need to hand cut like every piece by hand if there's like 500 pieces of like cut holders or something. So we just need to go to them and help us cut because they got all the machines. And yeah, it has been made easier for us lah. And I would say like the challenges is it's getting how am I supposed to put this? Like it's not quite a huge challenge anymore. Yeah.
You mentioned that the challenges are lesser because then you had the mass, they can help you cut and stuff like that. Okay, but what I wanted to ask you is, what are your plans in the next 2 or 3 years? Because right, like, would you think about passing it on to the next kid? Because makers, I mean, you know, it's a skill that you have, right? That when do you want to let it go, or how long do you want to hang on to it, or yeah, what's your next phase or next plans?
Next plan.
Yeah,
Secret.
A secret.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, it can be a secret, but I mean, it's like, you know, I believe that you have your struggles when one day you think about why am I doing this? Because it's real hard work, right? For you to stitch every leather, you know, to punch a hole. So why do you want to do this? My question is, why do you want to do this? As in, is there something that really drives you to it? The passion that you really have for it? Because I can see that it's a tough industry.
Well, I guess what actually pushes me, I guess one thing it's family.
Okay.
Yeah, because they have been supporting me since day one. Like supporting me like in terms of my emotions, financially, and everything else. So I do want to give back to them first. You know, I want to be there, being able to provide and comfortable enough.
Okay.
And that what pushed me every morning to just get up and you got to do this dinner, you know. That's family first, and then it comes to everybody else around who has been helping in spirit. Doesn't matter if they buy or not, but just having to share my works or the brand, the company, to their friends, spreading the word, speaking good about Forest Child. That means a lot to me, you know. And let alone supporting by buying, you know. And also, and everything else. And that's friends, and then, of course, at the end of the day, the main vision and mission is to give back to the society. Yeah, so, yeah, giving back meaning creating jobs or giving back, just lending a helping hand to the less privileged.
Okay.
You know, and yeah, doing charity works. And at the end of the day, that's what Forest Child is about giving back at the end of the day.
Okay.
So, yeah, and in the next 2 to 3 years, it's still a secret.
Sure.
No. It's do I really want to do this alone? No. Right now, Forest Child has its own freelance crafters.
Okay.
Yeah, who actually helped me out, my little minions. Yeah, and very grateful for them. And yeah, and we are not only focusing on leather. Yeah, leather is still our main what do you call it? Focus or the main element.
Okay.
Yeah, but we are slowly steering or diverting towards more of a lifestyle kind of, you know, products and designs like home and living, anything fused with leather, like pots, you know, wrapped with leather, you know, things like that, and more of, and yeah, we're looking into apparels, not leather, you know. I mean, not like leather T-shirt or leather bras or what lah. But yeah, just more on a lifestyle kind of things.
So instead of so now you're building a slightly bigger brand in the sense that you focus not only on like accessories and bags, but more into everything, like a lifestyle brand. So for a show, So I wanted to ask you, as a female crafter, right? Do you face any struggles or discrimination or anything, or it's just like, no, it has never happened to you, or?
It has happened, I would say. Maybe now it's still happening. I just didn't take notice of it. Like it doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, but yeah, it does happen. I mean, it did happen then. Like how they always go like in emails or in WhatsApp or what, right? They always go like, "Hi bro, hi sir." Like I want to ask about. Oh, okay. Then I'm like, yeah. By the way, I'm a girl.
So how do they usually react to that? Or
they just, oh, sorry. You know? But yeah, it's
a very common assumption that that
a business owner, or especially in I don't know, because leather crafting is pretty
male dominated.
Yeah, and pretty labor intensive, I would say, right? So they assume, only men do it.
Well, you have proven them wrong. You and the other female crafters have proven them wrong. Okay. Going to go back into life as an entrepreneur, right? Do you have a good balance of life and work or life? Or it has, for the past 6 years, it has always been about work?
To be honest, I was married to work. I was.
Okay.
Now I think going through a rough patch. No, just kidding. But to be honest, I didn't have a good work and life balance then. Because I don't know, all I thought about was just work. I eat, sleep, bathe, drink, everything leather, everything business. So it was round the clock, waking up to work, talking about work, while eating, talking about work, so socializing, talk about work. So everything was just work and business, work and business, work and business there. And and obviously it took a toll over the years. Then it took a toll on me, and and of course my then business partner. So it took a toll on us. And so your question was
having a balanced life as an entrepreneur.
So but then I guess I realized that because of things that were happening around, you know, like we had internal conflicts and all, just because we were too drained, and we were just pulled down this whole business shit. So and then from then it was like a wake-up call, you know, like, oh yeah, shit, it has been all about work and business. That's my life. So right now right now I'm trying to balance that as much as I can, juggle every bit of my time, trying to do it as well as I can, like with family, friends, and work, and everything else. So,
but do you think it's better now? I mean, have you taken yourself out of the picture just to just take a bit of me time to take care of yourself?
Yes, I mean, I guess that's what I also learned, because it's really to take care of yourself first, because you can take care of yourself. I mean, you got to have a healthy set of mind, you know, state of mind, and you got to have. What I learned was, I mean, when all this happened, right? It's all about pulling the handbrake, step out, reflect, find yourself. That's the cliche term, but I really did. You know, go find myself and find that inner peace, and you got to really know yourself again, get to know yourself again, find the purpose of, or actually refinding the purpose of whatever you're doing, and and it wasn't easy then, because it's all about work, right? And you never really had time for yourself. So when you really step out of it, and there you are trying to be still, you couldn't be still. At the back of your head, work is like
piling up.
Yeah, like But I guess I just had to force myself to do that. But it had helped me a whole lot.
Okay.
Because it really, it really helped me to compartmentalize my focus, I would say, or my feelings towards the different aspects of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you feel that it's better now?
It's
Still learning.
still learning.
Okay.
Still learning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but if you would have given an advice to people who wanted to start their own business, you would say to take time, to take yourself out of the picture for a bit.
Yes.
Once you feel.
Please do. Please have your me time. Take care of yourself first. I guess that's the most important thing. If you do not have, a clear state of mind, if you don't know yourself already, and you should just get out, find inner peace. Inner peace is very important.
Okay.
Yeah, without these three, because if you're not stable, if you're shaky, everything else around you will be shaky. So you got to take care of yourself. Be happy, be healthy emotionally, mentally. Your mental well-being has to be there. And
Okay. So because also you're the leader, so you can't be shaky in that sense that if you break down, everything else around you just crumbles, right?
And
so
I've seen that.
Okay.
That ripple effect.
Okay.
The domino effect. So
Yeah.
shit.
Okay, that's good advice. We know that leather comes from the animals, right?
Yeah.
So what is the process, or how is the process that the leather is taken off the
well, they got skinned,
Mm-hmm.
and then they were being sent to the tannery
Okay.
to process the leather.
Okay.
It's because and then they will process it into many different types lah. Of
Okay.
course, there's like full grain, there's top grain, there's genuine leather, there's so many other leathers.
Okay.
Excuse me. Yeah, and then only then it will come to all these distributors. Yeah, over here in Singapore we do not have tanneries, so I think the closest would be Indonesia or Thailand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, I wanted to also ask you that, for example, like, because some people are conscious about the leather they buy, or they don't want they want animal cruelty free anything, right?
Yeah.
So, is leather considered one of the things that people would take it as is cruelty free?
I don't know about the rest, but I guess for me, I try to make sure that the source of the leather comes from like a farm whereby the meat is being consumed.
Okay.
So the skin won't go to waste. We
Okay.
use them. So
Okay.
that's where the tanneries take the skin from.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not speaking on behalf of all
this
the
is from your
crafters.
own
Yeah.
take of it. Okay. When you say it's processed, that means, what does it mean? As in, they mix the fiber together and then they.
Which means they process it through. They use chemical to turn it into leather lah. Example, they go through dyeing process and tanning process and all. But these are all just to turn it into different types of leather. For example, if you wanna, there's full grain, there's top grain, there's genuine leather. Okay, this just the general basic ones
Okay.
lah. Okay. Genuine leather, not as genuine as it sounds actually, because
Okay.
genuine leather actually the lowest quality, one of the lowest quality leather.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, because if you see on your watch strap, sometimes they put the genuine
Yeah,
leather,
yeah,
right?
that's
Those are the leather from it's the scrape away part from the full grain leather.
Okay,
Yeah, and I would say the scraps lah.
okay,
Yeah, and then being glued and bonded together like sausage.
okay.
How do you make sausage?
Alright.
Yeah.
So genuine leather is like
It's just a lowest quality. They are from leathers,
Okay.
just bits and
okay.
from
okay.
everywhere, anywhere.
Cool.
Leather,
Okay.
so being bonded together. So that's genuine leather for you. And then there's top grain. Top grain is where most of the designer goods use.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't see any natural scars or what of the cow or the animal,
Okay.
because the top has been buffed or scraped away
Okay.
to put another perfect layer on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so it will look very nice and perfect in that
Okay.
sense.
So it means top
Perfect
grain
skin.
is the top grade.
No,
which
and then we have full grain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the leather that we use. Full grain is known for the highest quality. It's okay, highest quality
Okay.
leather. But what I guess mostly Singaporeans they cannot accept
They cannot accept.
full grain leather, because full grain leather comes with all these natural scars
Okay.
of the animal. You see, if all sometimes you got the mosquito bites, you got the
Okay.
branding, some.
Oh, so it's
animals kind of
technically
branding.
whatever that they take
Yes.
out is
Yes, they just took away the hairs, but then
Okay.
for the natural scars, they leave it.
okay.
Yeah, it is also just to keep it. How am I supposed to do that? Because nothing is being scraped off, so it retains whatever good minerals or whatever that the skin has. So that's why it is considered to be the most durable and the highest quality
Okay.
leather.
Understand. It's
Yeah.
not processed.
And it is processed, but just not much chemical use.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say.
Okay.
Actually, some of it, the ones that we use like vegetable tan, they only use like from vegetable tannins. They don't use like chemicals.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's more environmental friendly.
Okay.
And this kind of leather, this full grain leather, will actually age with you, meaning you'll actually change color over time. You get darker, and how you actually use it, because your natural oil and moisture will transform to the leather, so you get softer, and then you get patches here and there, but not like ugly patches, but just
Yeah, I
it
get
shows
what
the
you mean.
aging process.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of full grain leather.
Okay. You mentioned vegan leather. What does that mean? Vegan leather.
I know you can't wait, right? Come on, faster talk. I want to know what vegan
Yeah.
leather.
What is vegan leather?
Vegan leather? It's just the marketing term they use lah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually it's the normal PVC,
Okay.
normal PU, or
Okay.
the faux leather or P leather. These are the same terms, but now just to market it, they call it vegan leather.
So that means there's no real leather in there.
It's just plastic. Yeah, but do know that this kind of leather, because it's like how you produce plastic, it's still
Yeah.
polluting the air, it's still polluting the sea, it's
Yeah.
still polluting the ground, and whatever not. And at the end of the day, you're having a plastic product which is non-biodegradable. So what good is vegan leather?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just speaking.
No, I understand. I mean, if it's, okay, that's the term they use. So technically,
Yeah.
it's just plastic.
For marketability
Okay,
purpose. Yeah.
cool. Okay. If someone wants you to make a bag that doesn't come from a cow or full leather, will you still take it, or you will do it with, all those?
I would say not, because I do not want to do it. It's because I'm not an expert or skillful at handling PU leather.
I see.
It's a different way of
Okay.
doing, yeah. And how must put this? Yeah, it's just something that It's not that I haven't, I have before, but it just doesn't.
It's just
the bond.
Okay,
it's not there. Like, okay, I'm just doing
there's no
you.
connection. There's no
Yeah.
connection. Really. Okay, I understand.
So,
Okay, so I just want to touch a bit, and then we're going to move on to something. Since you mentioned bond, right? When you custom make something, right? Do you feel attached to that piece of, let's say, I don't know, a bag, a handbag that you made for someone, custom made? Because it is your hard work, right? How many weeks or months does it take to make a bag or
a bag? You're talking about a normal satchel, maybe about 5 days, putting maybe 6-7 hours a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So it's about that long, depending on the design.
Okay.
And of course, I would feel very attached to it. Okay. I can cry, I swear. It's like, no, when someone's already collecting it, like the day before, I'll be like looking at it and like talking to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, that's how it is. It's I don't feel like parting.
Okay.
Especially with a bag. Yeah, because I'm a bag person, I love bags. You know, when you've created a bag, you spend so much time with it, handling every single inch of it.
Yeah.
Just go like, and I always tell the person, if you do not want this anymore, if you want to sell it, please sell it back to me.
Okay. But has that ever happened before?
No. But no, actually no. Just one friend I did a bag for. Then she says she's not using it anymore, not so often. She just but she wants me to take it back.
Okay.
Just for what do you call that? Just for portfolio sake.
Okay.
Yeah, I told her I'll take care of it.
Okay.
She said, yeah, okay. Because it was also during my first year of crafting, so that was one of the first few bags actually that I did.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool. Do you because you mentioned that you will buy back from them, right? It can still be sold as second hand, right? I mean, because it's like you say, leather are supposed to last you quite a bit, and can they be called antique? Depending, right, on the number of years they have.
But leather can last you through lifetime.
Yeah, through lifetime.
Through
right?
generations. In fact, I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, from the grandfather passed down to the grandson.
Okay.
30 plus over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 30 years old back.
Okay. So that means it can be because you think about it this way, like you mentioned, right, that if they don't use it, please don't throw it away.
Yeah.
either come back to you, or they can sell it second hand or whatever.
Yeah.
Because leather bags are, and it's not, like those mass produced bags in a sense, right?
It's literally one in a world. Yeah. Even if it's of the same design, you can never get the same part of that leather.
Correct.
Like everything the same. So it's good. I actually like to see the crafting world blooming, and it's so nice to see like so many people crafting now. A lot of hobbies, because like I say, Singaporeans need
something else to do.
Yeah, they need to know about these things. Like, I'm not talking just about leather craft. They just take something out of your normal boring job. Yeah. Just let loose, and work on your creativity.
Yeah.
And yeah, so competition, I would say no competition if anyone, because I guess as cliche as this may sound, I guess the only competition that I have is myself.
Okay.
I'm constantly trying to compete.
To be better.
To be better, and I do not want to be better than anyone. I just want to be different.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Just want to be different.
Okay. Earlier on in this conversation, you mentioned that there are a lot of struggles, right? So how do you, besides taking yourself out of the picture sometimes to just take a break, how do you deal with like negative vibes, in the sense that I'm sure you sometimes when you're doing something you get a roadblock, or it's like, oh my god, why am I doing this, or things like that. So how do you actually take yourself, besides things that you mentioned?
To be honest, I pray.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess that's the only way. That's my form of yoga.
Okay.
And that's my own form of meditation. And that's the only way you can keep your heart and your soul still. because when you're still only, then you can reflect better, like water.
Okay.
So that's when I feel it's, yeah, I mean that's the only way lah for now, nowadays. Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
That's
So
what I'm
you
doing.
just,
So, yeah.
okay. Besides taking a step back, you just, when there are really bad days, you just keep to yourself and just pray.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, this is gonna be fun questions.
Yay.
This one you didn't see the thing, but it's gonna be fun questions.
Tell me.
Okay.
No.
What's something most people don't know about you that you're really proud of?
Oh my.
It's not very.
I know.
It's hard.
Again?
Okay. What's something most people don't know about you that you're really proud of?
I actually get to do what I want to do. And people always think that I'm being pushed to do this because there's nothing else that I can do.
Is there really nothing else that you can do?
No lah. Not that I want to do actually with my certs or ever not. I do not want to do all that. Yeah. And this is actually, and I get to do what I love every day. And tell me how many of everyone out there actually love what they're doing now, besides their fat paycheck. Do they really love what they're doing every day? I do, and I'm proud of it.
Okay.
So yeah,
including everything that comes with it, because it's a learning journey for you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yep.
everything else, it's every day you learn something new, and literally every single day. Every single day.
I believe you.
Right?
I totally believe you.
I know, right?
Okay, so that's something that you're really very proud of, right? To be able to do the thing that you love to do and do it every day. Okay. What is your most humbling experience?
I never thought that I would be able to share my knowledge and experience with people, and it has actually created impact, or it has actually influenced people in some ways without me knowing.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm answering a question, but to me this is something. And also to be able to build something and create jobs for people, it's very humbling for me. And
okay, cool.
yeah,
So for giving back to you, right?
Yeah.
In a sense, that's
yeah. So it's that.
if today was your last day on earth and for you to leave your wisdom behind, three wise things or three truths that you would like to leave behind. Lessons, truths.
Like honesty, to me, is a great deal. Without honesty, there'll be no integrity. Without integrity, there'll be no dignity.
Okay.
So, honesty is something that an individual need to have. And I try to uphold that in me everywhere I go, in everything that I do. So I would say that would be one, to be honest with yourself first.
Okay.
Only then you can learn how to be honest with other people. Secondly, I would say before doing anything, always set your intentions first.
Okay.
Have a purpose. Everything that you do, if your intentions is strong, and of course, I'm talking about good intention.
No one will ever think
Like,
okay.
yeah, if you have that good intention
Okay.
first, like instilled, and then God willing, everything else will be smooth. Thirdly, I would say try to be as useful as you can throughout your lifetime on Earth. If you can't help, at least don't trouble anyone. Yeah, I guess that's the three basic things that I uphold.
Okay.
Yeah, try to be as helpful in whatever ways, whatever form.
Okay.
Whatever form. So yeah.
Wise words from Addynna. Okay, this I think is gonna be. What is your definition of legacy?
Oh my God, why are you asking these kind of questions? Legacy.
Yeah.
Wow, I never thought of this. I guess for me is to leave behind, to be able to leave behind something that is gonna bring, it's gonna be beneficial to the people lah. I mean, even after you leave the world, right? Whatever that you've started, for example. I mean, that's what I'm wishing for Forest Child. Forest Child to be a legacy, something, because it's gonna last throughout, I don't know, a few generations down. I mean, maybe not my generations, but whatever, whoever's.
Okay.
And it's going to be beneficial to the society, to mankind, and yeah, for this life and
Next life.
the hereafter.
Okay.
So, if something of that, if there can be something of, see, I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, legacy is that to me lah. It can be beneficial to mankind, not only in this lifetime, but yeah,
Okay.
after as well.
Okay. Question 1 in 5 seconds at top of your head. Okay, whatever it is. Okay.
I'm bad at this.
Craziest thing you like to do? Top of your head.
Skydiving. I really want to do skydiving. Is
Alright.
that crazy?
It is crazy, but okay. In one sentence, how would you sum up the internet?
Oh shit. Okay, I'm not a tech savvy person,
Okay.
so I would say
Over already. Yes, actually, that's
say I'm
true.
not a tech savvy person.
Yeah, you're not. Okay. If you don't have Forest Child, what would you do?
I guess I'll be. I have no idea. I guess I'll be in creating drinks, concoctions.
Concoction. Okay.
Yeah.
A bartender.
Bartender. Yeah.
Or other.
Other drinks lah,
Okay.
mocktails or smoothies or whatever.
Okay, cool.
'Cause I love creating drinks. So.
Okay, she loves creating drinks. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Haha. It's crazy. I always thought about this, but I don't know. I am reading people's mind.
Reading people's mind.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Scary at the same time. Okay, cool. Okay, if there were ever a zombie apocalypse, what is your choice of weapon?
What? I'll go with my catapult.
Catapult. Really? Is it a catapult?
Okay,
Really?
yeah.
Right,
Catapult.
the small one. But okay, cool.
Just at the top of my head. I don't know why. But
Okay, well, it's fun. It's really fun. Okay. How can we support you? As in the sense that your platform, your social media platform and stuff like that. So how can we support you? Where can we reach you?
well, you can reach Forest Child at www.forest-child.com.
Forest-child.com.
Yeah.
Okay. And social media.
Instagram is Forest Child _.
Okay.
Yeah. Facebook is just Forest Child.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah.
You got anything else to share with us before we end this?
I just like to thank you guys for having me here. Yep, I actually haven't wake up yet, but thanks to the questions.
You're awake now, is it?
Yes, very awake. Yeah, and yeah, just do browse through the website. Yeah, have a look. We have more stuff coming, and not only leather. So like what I told you. And yeah. And we're just gonna be selling T-shirt.
Okay.
And like we're thinking maybe $1 or $2 will go to that organization.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's I don't know if you guys know of the term wabi-sabi. It's a Japanese philosophy.
Maybe if I saw how it's spelled, maybe I will.
Yeah. Wabi-sabi.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's actually the Japanese term. It means flawed beauty.
Okay.
So wabi-sabi is about embracing imperfection.
Okay, it's actually quite a tongue twister.
Wabi-sabi.
Wabi-sabi. Okay, wabi-sabi. Okay.
So yeah.
Cool.
You can do it, it rhymes with Barbie.
Wabi-sabi. Oh, see, I see. My tongue is twisted already. Okay.
So yeah, it's about creating awareness about imperfections.
Okay.
I mean, not just on craft and handmade works, but also, of course, us as humans.
Okay.
To embrace. I just want to thank whoever's listening. I just want to thank you guys from, like my friends, whoever's been with me throughout this whole journey and supporting in spirit, in silence, being my moral booster, my support system in everything, and just supporting Forest Child itself, whoever you are, clients, customers. You don't have any idea how much I appreciate it. So.
Thank you, Addynna.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.